What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel where artists, entrepreneurs, and working moms come to get productivity tips and also become future millionaires. Today we're talking about time batching, how to get into it, what's the benefits from it, and the tips to be successful. So let's get into it. So, what is time batching? Time batching is the best thing that has ever happened to my life. Let's just be real. I am a mom, a model, an actress, a teacher of third grade, and I also am an entrepreneur because life is freaking crazy. We have to time batch, organize our time to be more efficient, and that is the goal. Time batching is really simple. The basics of it is it's a technique where you group similar tasks together and work on them together. Very simple. This typically includes grouping smaller tasks that contribute to a larger goal, and that is what we're trying to do. So time batching is going to be essential for you. With this method can help you organize your work days into separate segments to improve your productivity. Game changer! So let's figure out what exactly time batching is. I know it sounds pretty easy, but how do you implement it into your life? We know what time batching is. First thing is identifying or determining your large goals. Before identifying specific tasks you have to complete, consider the large goals that you hope to achieve. These can be long-term, short-term goals. This can motivate you when listing your task. To understand how your contributions of achieving goals, your larger goals, can help, knowing your goals can also help you ensure you elevate each area of a project and what resource you might need to complete your task. What's the benefit of time batching? One of them is minimizing distractions. When you set clear goals on what you need to complete, it minimizes your distractions, which would usually have more distractions when you start switching tasks. This improves your prioritization. By categorizing your different tasks, you might identify priorities that can help perform them in a particular order. For example, if we're doing emails early in the morning, we're going to do all of our emails in the morning, parent emails, work emails, whatever type of emails you have. By doing them all at once, that is going to help you feel accomplished because all of your emails across the entire board are completely done. Multitask can cause you to adjust your thought process between tasks, but by continuously working on similar tasks, you can improve your productivity. It is definitely a stress reliever. By focusing goals with time batching, you could minimize some of the stress caused by thinking about how many other tasks you need to complete. The most important thing is when you're time batching is that you have to categorize your batches into 3 different tasks: tools, functions, and objectives. So if you're doing tools, maybe you're working on your computer, that is, you're going to batch everything that you do on your computer. Maybe that's editing a YouTube channel. Maybe that's sending emails to your workforce. Whatever you do on your computer at that time, you're going to batch that time with a tool, the computer. Functions, maybe it's something like function based. For example, you might group all your marketing tasks for your business together, okay? And then objective, you might group based on the objective that they're completed, like a software or something. Might group all your tasks related to one application. There are 2 separate categories, I have 4 fingers up, but 2 separate categories for tasks. There are deep tasks and there are shallow tasks. A deep task is something that you have to really concentrate on and you really can't do with a lot of distraction. A shallow task is something that you can do with a lot of distraction. For instance, you could fold clothes would be a shallow task. A deep task would be more of writing a book or writing a blog. Okay? So we have to break our task into those 2 different categories. Number two, determining your tasks. Once you have a project goal, you can list the tasks you need to complete. You can simply write each item you need to do on a bulletin board. Consider your goals. You might link these goals to your timelines. For example, you might list all the tasks you want to achieve in a day, a week, or even a month. One thing I'm going to say is when you're time batching, you just need to be creative. I know me, it's hard to work out, but I love to watch Netflix too. So instead of just sitting there and watching Netflix, I'm going to do my workout as well. Also, you can time batch with your time spent with your kid. Instead of just spending quality time with them and you want to work out too, how about go for a walk? And when you're walking, you can time batch their homework. Hey, let's say our ABCs, our 1, 2, 3s. Being intentional with your time batching is going to make it all the difference. Another thing that you could do for working out, like if you want a date night with your hubby, but you need to work out too, go work out together. You're doing two things in one time that is going to be a greater goal for both things. Does that make sense? I know you're getting it. Once we have our batches, we have to determine when we're going to do them, determining a loose schedule. And I say loose because as moms, as entrepreneurs, like, baby, sometimes we got to change some things, okay? So for example, if you're deciding to do social media tasks, make sure you put a time limit on it. I'm only doing it from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Once it's done, you are done. If you're not completed, oh well. That is what I preach to you guys all the time about time batching, stopping at that moment and moving on to the next thing, okay? But consider your priorities, okay? For each task group, go from, what do we talk about? The deep task to the shallow task. If it's something deep, you know that you're going to need a little bit more time. Make sure you allot that time for that deep task, okay? If you are a YouTuber like me, you definitely need to be batching your videos. Instead of just doing one video, organize your day and make sure you do at least 2 to 3 videos so that way they can be done out of the way, and then you're going to time batch an editing day. Do not edit in the same day that you are also taking the footage, or also do that if you're an Instagrammer as well. Instead of just taking one photo, take several photos in different outfits. Maybe you can just take off a shirt and switch the shirt and keep the same pants on, but take 3 different shots of your Instagram, and that way you can have a lot more work done with less time. For my moms, this may sound crazy, but I batch my holidays, okay? If I know I want to do something for a particular holiday, I start working on it right away. So for like Halloween, if I know we're going to dress up like this, then I'm going to start working on getting that organized, as well as Christmas and Thanksgiving and all of that, figuring out outfits for those special days, so that way you won't scramble and going all crazy at the last minute. So the major holidays that you may have, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, schedule those outfits ahead of time. So when it comes up, you already know what you're doing for your little one, and you ain't got to do too much. And that's what we want to do. We want to work less harder and work a little bit smarter. We need to review our process, because some things, as moms, as entrepreneurs, we have to switch things up again. So reviewing our process frequently is going to help us a lot. Once you start your time batching, you might want to see what works best for you. It might not work. So you might need to recategorize each batch. You may need to change some responsibilities, or if you find different ways that are more efficient, do them. Like, for example, you might try to work on everything at one account in a batch, and then you're like, okay, that's too much. I might need to break those up into 2 separate categories, and that is just fine. So that's the end of this video. But if you want more videos, click in the description below, because I love giving productivity to my moms, to my entrepreneurs, and to everyone else out there that needs help in organizing their time. This is an amazing time to be organized. It is going to help you be less stressed, more productivity, and also make that money, okay? We're going to continue to stay focused, and you already know, I never give up, we'll never give up, we'll never give up. Life is not a game, no rules. Fantasy controls the blues. Cruising down.